Hi, Phil. Brendan here. Just want to thank you first, and I really appreciate that you brought this problem back to us. Um, um, I just want to do a quick video to show you how to um, how to separate those two blue wires into separate into their own individual and separate circuits, and also we will include the glass and also the bus splice for you to do this. So just, I'm pretty sure you know how to do this since a few customers out there has already done this on their own. But I just still wanted to do an official video where I go over all this properly. And if you want to do a video on your own to show your customer, that's great. But if you want to use my video to communicate with the some of the affected customers, I really appreciate that as well. So some of the tools that you will need, the flathead screwdriver, the Phillips head screwdriver, the wire stripper, and some cutter pliers, and just crimp tools for the bus splice. So I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this. But I'm just gonna quickly run through it so that for anyone out there that's not exactly familiar, they can just watch the video and do it themselves. But I will certainly provide them with the right tools and the glass to help them throughout this situation. Thank you. So first, with the long neck flathead screwdriver, just you wanna be able to look inside behind the glass holder, and you see those 12 clips that's binding onto our actuators. Just give them a clockwise or counterclockwise turn, and that you will be able to remove the glass. So let's do that again. And once you remove the glass, these are heated, so you have those two heater terminals that you wanted to remove. So remove those. Set the glass aside. Then you want to remove the lower glass, and I think two of your customers broke this. So I would actually just that's probably what happened when they popped it open with too much force and to break the glass. So just quickly show you this. I'm just gonna put it back in. I think that just for any first timer, I think you probably want to have a flathead screwdriver in there again, and let's move those heater wires out of the way. And you should see a little clip on top where I'm trying to point it at if it's viewable on the video yet. So that where my head is pointing, you will see a clip there, and you want to be able to slide this flathead in there and just really give it a good push or give it a good turn to release this glass holder. So now the lower glass holder is removed, and then you can see this mirror bezel. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws that you want to remove. So just a bird's eye view, those 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to remove those, and we're just gonna quickly run through this. I'm gonna fast forward on this. So, all right, back to the video. So we have 4 screws all loosened, and you want to, you see that? So once you have those 4 screws removed, this is loose, and probably because right now I don't have this mirror installed on the truck. Once this is loosened, this lower cap will actually just come off. So just be careful with that. Texture cap is fine, but as a chrome cap, you might damage the cap. Scratch it a little bit. So just when you're removing those 2 lower screws, you wanted to gently yank out this bezel, and with your hands on the bottom to catch the the lower cap. So let's see if we can remove this. Okay. And now you have those 4 screws. Put them aside. That will be your spotlight. I'm sure it'd be easier if you just quickly disconnect the spotlight. All these plugs are idiot proof, so they will only go in one way. And now you see all the wires exposed. I'm just gonna point out the wires here you want to work on. I have a laser pointer here. The laser pointer, this part, that's the running line, the turn signal connector. So you see one of this blue wire here, that is for the positive running to the running lamp. And we will actually have to go into this part of the harness just so we can see both two blue wires. You know, the other blue wire being from the memory motors. Okay. And I just got this cutter tools. I just have to be. You have to be careful not to cut the. You want to cut just a little bit. So. So we can see those blue wires in there. So obviously you can see from here. I'm just gonna remove this tubing, and we're gonna cover it up with some electrical tape afterwards, okay? And now that's our suspect there, and really do apologize for this, because our wiring harness supplier really just messed this up, because we never had this revision made, and for some unknown reason they just messed this up, then decided on their own to merge those two blue wires, simply being they're both the same color wires. And we're still investigating why exactly they did that for us, but they really just you know, caught us unguarded, and we're really we're really sorry about this. But I mean, thank you again for bringing this up to us. And luckily we only have around 50 pairs out there with this problem. And so you want to, let's just go ahead actually and cut this, because we only have so much wires to work with, so we want to make sure that you don't just cut off all those wires. We want to make sure we still have as much wires from the those blue wires as long as possible. So I actually removed the shrink tubing, and I'm cutting those I'm removing this from right here. Okay, so now you have all 4 wires on their own. We're supposed to be like this, but sorry again. So now I'm just gonna gently pull on the side marker positive wire, so you can see that's this one right here. As I pull, it becomes shorter. Okay, so now I just pull it in, and we're gonna just, and obviously on this side on this portion you can see which one being the side marker. So if that's the side marker, the other blue, we know for sure that's the memory motor. But as for these 2 wires on this side, you won't be able to know. So the only way you can know is actually you will take this, and now you have your power to the mirror being unconnected. Well, first, before you cut this, you want to make sure that you have all your powers unconnected. you know, you want to make sure that you don't have connection so we don't burn the fuse again. But now you have those separated, we are safe to have powers. Again, I don't have this installed on the truck here, but over there, if this is installed on the customer's vehicle, you know, this, after you cut these two wires, now it's the time that you can plug it in. So just over here, I'm gonna use battery, but obviously on your end, you can, well, actually you can use a multimeter to test for continuity with these two wires. But I'm just thinking in a scenario where this mirror is still installed in the car, and you can at this time with those two wires separately, you can safely plug in the your spotlight. I mean your running lamp. So I'm just gonna plug in the running lamp over here to give us some power to the 12 volt positive. So now we have the 12 powers for the marker light going in. So one of this has power coming in right now. I'm just gonna touch it with this wire from the running lamp, and okay, so that's our guy, and that will be the running lamp. So I'm just gonna use that bus splice connector, and then crimp it together, and we got a good connection there and a separate connection. So crimp this. Now we have both of this bus splice reconnected, you know, one for the side marker and the other for the memory motor, and you just have to put everything back in its reverse order. So first you wanted to connect the spotlight back, and just make sure that you have those heater wires exposed so it can be reconnected. And this little plastic piece goes under the motor. Okay, like that. This rubber proof is to prevent dust from going into the motor. And you know, have those wire, the screws, all those screws in, you know, your lower cap, and then replace your lower either glass, and reconnect the wires for the heaters, and just pop this back in, and you'll be ready to go again. And apologize again, Phil. Hopefully you can do videos and show your customer how this is done.
Thank you.